Tonight, two of the NJCAA's best women's soccer programs take the field as number 5 Eastern Florida battles 11th ranked Monroe College. Live from Orlando Health Stadium on the Melbourne campus of Eastern Florida State College, it's your Titans versus the Mustangs next. We welcome you back to Orlando Health Stadium in Melbourne, set to restart this matchup between Eastern Florida and Monroe College. Thanks so much for waiting out this now hour 15-minute weather delay. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, and happy to be joined by Ryan Moon, head coach of Florida Tech. And there's always a challenge coming back after a lengthy break in a matchup that means as much as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many things to think about, and you know, you're there, you're in the moment, and all of a sudden you're getting called off the field, and you don't know how long you're going to be off for. And you know, you start to think about, you got to keep your focus. You want to stay injury free. You want to make sure that you know you've got the food in your system that's going to last you and keep your energy levels high when you do get back out. So yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see how both teams prepared in the break and kept their focus, and you know, we'll see who comes out the strongest.
Monroe College, before we had the rain delay at about 6:15, the lightning delay rather, had a good bit of the run of play, and it started to settle in. Eastern Florida had it in the attacking half when the lightning delay did come. So now the Titans on the move again into that dark corner, and it will be the first corner of the match for Eastern Florida, as we're now 10 minutes in.
It's be nice. Eastern Florida will be happy with that. When you come out from that break, you know, you can catch the other team a little bit flat-footed, and you know, a corner, great chance to put it right in the box. We'll see how Monroe can deal with this, but this will be a great opportunity for Eastern Florida to see if they can test them early here.
Here's Mia Lewis, who will serve this up with the right foot. Expect the outswinger from the former Rockledge High star. The edge of the area, due diligence done by number 10, Louise Featherstone. I talked about her in the open. Player with 7 goals and did the job defensively. Always want to defend from the front. And that will roll in the touch.
Quite lucky that we didn't get a lot of rain in the break there, so there was, you know, the field's still in really good condition.
Monroe College 6-1, coming off their first and only loss of the season against their rivals from Rochester. Monroe Community College allowed a goal in the 89th minute. Otherwise, that would have been a result on the road for them. Eastern Florida bounced back from their loss at Tyler on the 15th with wins against Jacksonville, Texas, and then open conference play Tuesday against Polk State, number 24 Polk State, and won 1-0. Going right back out of conference play here. 2 Titans there on the ball, attacking right to left here in this first half. Direct the ball goes through to Lauren Pastor, the freshman keeper.
A lot of transition there, as you would expect after coming out. Both teams still trying to find their feet a little bit, so it's going to be a bit hectic here for the next 5-10 minutes, I'd say.
Looking to exploit those edges. And it will be a throw back to the Mustangs. This is Hanako Aoki from Sapporo, Japan. She is starting left back. She is a regular for coach Dr. Mercedes Motes, who's in her first season. She was promoted from assistant coach in January. nice build up for Eastern Florida. And Morgan Gammon pushed off the ball for a second, but to the rescue down to the corner. And it's Alamanza who was our player to watch for the Titans, and unable to get it turned around, but it will be possession for the Titans.
Just opened up a little bit there for Eastern Florida in the transition. Again, going back and forth a little bit, and great bit of play from Monroe to switch the ball out, but that touch just let her down a little bit, and Almanza could get in. Good timed run by Gammon there, and just couldn't make anything of it. But good transition, good counter-attack.
Able to get the ball into that 6-yard area, but nobody home knocking on the door. Natalie Dobler is the German goalkeeper for Monroe College, has given up just 3 goals all season. Titans here, at least since the restart from our 15-minute weather delay, have had the possession here in their attacking half. Mustangs trying to change that. Good defensive work by Posner. Center back tandem are Angel and Roxy Fowler, both from London. And our referee, Russell Miller, will award that possession back to Monroe. Angel Fowler. Immediately on the entry ball was Alvarez Garcia putting the pressure on. Collected in the middle of the park by Damasio, playing it forward. Samira Roper Morales able to get there on that.
Not bad luck there by Damasio, just trying to open him up a little bit. Had a bit of time, open up for her, and was able to get her head up, see the run. But just didn't quite open up, but good vision. You know, looking to make things happen, looking to put it behind Monroe.
Morales, and we'll stay with the Mustangs on the throw. Half hour to go here on our opening half. So glad to have you along on our first full broadcast here on WEFS. Our first one was a rain out. We'll get through it tonight. Trying to play that one in to Julia Meyer, who started it forward. Strands. Nifty with the turn there. Alamanza can't connect the third ball though. Cutting inside, squaring at top of the 18, trying to get a touch. Defense was there. Fletcher loses the handle, coming out to hold it is Gammon, does so like a good center forward should. But the slowdown there as Mia Lewis had to just watch it go out of play.
Eastern Florida just got away with a little one there. Mason and Montero, massive gap between them when they're playing in possession, and when they lost possession they didn't close the gap very quickly, which was a lot of space for Monroe to work into, and just couldn't quite find that last pass, but need to tighten up a little quicker there when they lose possession.
Mason. And we have a couple of substitutions now for the first time, both for Monroe, who you said when we were watching warm-ups, they brought a pretty big roster with them here on a road trip.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think part of it as well, I know they got a game coming up this weekend again, so you know, I'm sure they'll be looking to rotate, keep players fresh and healthy, and also nice when you're on the road as well to have a little bit of support on the bench, and don't often have a lot of travelling fans come down with you, so to get that extra support from your teammates on the bench can sometimes go a long way.
Samara Dulab, one of the players that checked in, wearing that captain's armband. She's a sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand, 5 goals, 4 assists. Initially thought she was going to start, and they brought in Meyer instead. Featherstone leading the team with 7 goals. Dulab second with 5. Have some options attacking. Come back here for Gammon. 50-50 ball. Played through by Featherstone. Second bite at the apple. Offer line quickly as Pastor. Lauren, all 5'6" of her, and the freshman. Capable of making some big saves. Damasio on the move, crossing halfway, escorted the entire way. Good step two by Fowler, but commits the foul.
Great play again by Damasio. Her awareness and where she is and what's around her is just unbelievable. I mean, you can see her when the ball's not even with her. And she's looking around and scanning and checking her shoulder so that when the ball comes to her, she knows exactly where she's going to go with it right away. Yeah, a little slip ball there into Gammon, who drew the foul well.
Leah Montero will stand over this. Play it with the right foot into the box. Off her line, it rolls free, and it's in behind for a goal kick. Recognizing the trouble was Natalie Dobler.
It's a great ball in by Montero. Put it right between the defense and the goalkeeper, asking questions. Goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come, defender doesn't know whether to clear it, and it's kind of in that
corridor of indecision.
Exactly, yeah.
If you got to make them think, you've done the job.
For sure.
A couple of half chances for Eastern Florida now. Outshot Polk State on Tuesday, 15-6. Just 1-0. And talking with Scott Carswell ahead of the match, it's just one of those times where the finishing hasn't quite been up to snuff yet. We hope we get that, we've learned to take our chances a little better.
Yeah, sometimes it comes with time as well. You get one, they start rolling in after that. Floodgates open.
1-on-2 in the corner, gaining away. And the corner kick it is. How about that work rate down in the corner?
Yeah, Monroe just getting good numbers around the ball, especially both defensively and attacking. You know, when they're getting the ball in the box, they've got multiple runners in there, but then defensively, they're not giving a lot of time to Eastern Florida. We've seen the pressure on Gammon already, and then again in there in the corner.
Here's the delivery from Lewis. Outswinger. Trying to keep it in. And the safety valve is there. Alvarez Garcia now will drop back to cover. And this will roll harmlessly back to Pastor. It appears they like to counterattack. Out and run. Strands pushed off and draws the foul.
Strand's looking to get forward as much as she can so far, whether it's with the ball and driving with it like that, but when she doesn't have the ball, she's looking to push higher, get into those areas. Same as Posner on the right. Just starts to pin Monroe in a little bit. See if Montero can hit a similar ball to the last one.
Right, a little further out this time. Some loft under it. And the boy racing to that back post. He's trying to win the header. Of course, Gammon has all that height. What a target there to have.
Dulab there doing a bit defensive duty, I think it was. Staying with her runner to make that clearance, really important. Once you win that first flick on, anything can happen. It's forwards, just take a chance. Worst that can happen is, defender wins it and you clear it and you get back into your shape, but best thing that can happen is your player wins it or it flicks on and there you are, right in front of goal.
Offside brings it back to number 11, Monroe College. They're the only school in Region 15. Eastern Florida in a 3-team region with Polk and Daytona. Dropping back is Laura Damasio. Couldn't get that to squeak through. Kayla Fletcher, the Irish woman, manning the midfield in that 4-2-3-1. She and Paula Campos have a lot of work to do tonight in the middle.
See Strands here again, just pushing forward nice and early on the left-hand side. If Eastern Florida can break out from that side and switch the ball, then she's gonna be in a 1v1 situation. Almanza tucking across. Just got to get it settled, find that first pass out of trouble, and see if they can get out the other side. Monroe doing a good job keeping them over there for now.
Titans on the move. This is Roper Morales. Had a seat at the edge of the 18. There's Strands, as you said. Space to operate, able to lay it back to the corner of the area. Roper gets hooked and goes down. Play on. Ooh. Oh. Clean up on aisle 4, Leah Montero.
They're the tackles you're looking for as a centre back.
Right.
The ones you're hoping and waiting for. Clean and strong. Great challenge.
Well done, well done. Girls, you have to get tight in the middle. Hey. Body in the way.
Just seeing, hard to see if Samara Roper lost her foot in there or if she was caught. A couple of shouts for a PK, but not with great conviction. Great ball out wide again by Damasio.
Trying to work outside in. 20 minutes to go here in our opening half, no score. Trying to quickly get into that attacking half. Sabrinos Bastos Silva has checked in for the Mustangs, a player that is a sophomore out of Sao Paulo. Does have a goal, but really had some good moments a season ago. A lot of attacking options for Coach Motes. Will concede that one right at the halfway line.
Just saw there Nancy Almanza go into a full stride to look in behind for that ball, and you can see the pace she has in her. Just connecting one over the top when she times that run could be very dangerous.
If you don't clear it cleanly like that. A bit of a flick. Boy, the chase is on. Gonna stay with Eastern Florida. Like the work rate thus far, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she made something out of nothing there. Again, they don't make that first clearance well. Make something of it. Keep going. Force the mistake. You can see there with someone at the speed of Nancy Almanza is running at you. It can cause panic.
Sarah Anderson, the 5'5" freshman out of Merritt Island, the former Mustang checking in. Her 6th appearance of the season, does have a goal. Strands with the throw. by Fowler. Just the dump and chase. And it will go into touch, throw back to Eastern Florida. 23 goals scored, 3 goals allowed, plus 10 on the, or plus 20 on the goal differential. Averaging 4.4 goals a game. Allowing just 0.6. We will allow possession now on the foul. Every player, sans the goalkeeper, on the attacking half here for the Mustangs, trying to sneak a goal. Flick header. It says promise for the Mustangs. Was the leading scorer. Featherstone lurking inside that 6-yard area. I think she wanted something there from the referee and didn't get it.
That was a great tackle. I think it was Taylor Mason there. Just got, looked like Featherstone was in behind there with a clean shot on goal, but Mason came out of nowhere. Great goal-saving tackle. Not sure if Featherstone was looking for a foul or for a corner at least.
Races on. Natalie Maimon. And not lucky with that either.
Monroe just starting to capitalize a little bit on those spaces we spoke about earlier between the Titans' back four. Once you're in possession and open up your shape, you've got to be a little bit careful when you lose it to make sure you're not wide open.
Right.
And, you know, tuck in and make it a bit more difficult.
Quarter hour to go here in our opening half. We'll get the breakthrough. Oh, the physical takeaway there, Featherstone, but committed the foul in the process.
A couple of times already, Lauren Pastor just showing her quality from the floor. A little earlier in the game, hit a nice left foot ping over to the left back, and then they're just dropping it on to Nancy Almanza up there. Just helps when you're trying to play out.
Almanza on the ball, now gives it up. A scramble defensively, Roper keeping it alive. The turn from Featherstone, and now the chase is on from Sabrina Bastos Silva. Escorted the entire way. Good tandem center back play there. Montero and Mason. Yeah, the distribution from a goalkeeper, always like the overlooked quality, right? It's always about the shot stopping and making saves that make the highlight reel, but boy, that distribution is one of the most important aspects.
Yeah, it can really help. If you have the ball, you can't get scored on, I guess, right?
Right. Gammon tries to send it towards the center of the 18. Roper hit the deck, back up. Bounce right to Mason. Morales to step in. There's a promising attack. One and done. A lot of contested 50-50 balls. Masio, center circle, play it back to Montero. Oh. Mason coming forward. Let the horses run in front of her. And it will roll into touch, and it will stay with Eastern Florida.
Game's starting to become a little bit stretched now as we get towards the end of the first half. A few changes being made, rhythms being changed a little bit, and it's just become a little bit stretched.
Yeah, when you have some of those substitutions, the complexion changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you get used to playing with certain people, and then someone else comes in, you have to find a few
different
minutes.
tendencies and skills.
Yeah, takes a few minutes to adjust.
Some more changes now as we get late on in this first half. Kayla Fletcher? No, that is Katie Nielsen. Nielsen, like Featherstone, from Scotland. Touch it goes. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm mentioning all these different countries, Germany and France and New Zealand and Brazil. They've got a roster at Monroe College that's represented by 12 different countries. And just one domestic player on the entire roster. And that is Semar Solomon from St. Anthony, Minnesota. So the game is a melting pot, but isn't there a challenge inherent in that when you have different playing styles maybe from different countries, or is that something you actually want?
Yeah, I think, you know, you get used to a little bit of each country brings a little bit different flavor, you know, from what they're stereotypically used to, you know, what you're used to seeing. I think in general though, the overall experience for, you know, the college athlete, where you get to meet people from all over the world and, you know, get to know about other cultures, you know, that comes into play too.
Life skills, for sure. Another ball served into the area, headed out with authority. Will roll all the way into Mason. And had some trouble clearing it. She'll now have to get on her high horse. Full speed, good closing speed there. Up against Bastos Silva, squares it. Overrun by Featherstone. And we'll just take it out of play to be safe.
Great recovery. Once she just got caught on the ball there for a minute, but gosh, she made up for it.
Featherstone gives it right away. Didn't get the weight right. There's a shot, came in quick on Pastor. Miss all the shots you don't take though.
Yeah.
Knuckled a little bit.
Yeah.
As we see Maymun's shot.
Pastor did what every goalkeeper should do, and that's make it look easy. You know.
Right.
Patted it down, in control the whole time.
Roper Morales. Ball to the left, just trying to keep it in. Gammon. Featherstone trying to create space with her body. Nothing doing there. Everybody will reset. Under 9 to play.
Yeah, Montero and Mason getting left a little isolated back there. The Strands and Posner pushing high. It's leaving them 2v1 and 2v2 a lot. Doing a lot of individual defending back there, which is going to take its toll on them after a while.
The overlap. Right. Anderson was running free. Here's the turn from Damasio. Keeps it at her feet. Nicely done. And comes away with it. And that's one way to stop her. Get in. And it's a play on. And a takeaway from Anderson. Comes to Gammon. And cleared. I had to get that right. Far side, Alamanza now on the right. Trying to just change the combinations around a little bit. And to test the fences. Cutting to her right foot. Help is coming defensively. It was a 1-on-3 in the end for Bastos Silva.
Montero again, great individual defending. But having to make that slide tackle again, it's going to start taking its toll on them.
More changes, 1 for Eastern Florida, 2 for the Mustangs. At the next dead ball. Love how our mics pick up the chatter. Not as dangerous as the guys' game, right? Taking some risks on what you're going to pick up there.
Yeah, you never know.
How dangerous is this opportunity? Oh, backspin on it, flicked on through. Off of Eastern Florida, should lead to a corner. It does.
They'll be happy with getting a corner out of that. It's always a little tricky from those central positions to get the right angle on it, but just looking for that flick on, whether it's from your own player or from the defender misjudging the header to where you can sneak in behind, and almost happened there, but got a corner out of it.
Swinger in a dangerous area. Lucio got a foot to it. Full gallop. Here come the Titans. Oh, nice move on the right side. Alamanza serves it in and smothered and covered by Dobler.
Great bit of individual skill there to get down the line. Damasio was in the box. I think she started the possession at the edge of her own 18-yard box. I think she ran 80,
hauled,
90 yards to get into the box.
First touch was nifty, and oh yeah, the body language after. Little half chance feet other way. Boy, do not want to fall asleep here on Monroe College. They've had a couple of chances that come out of nothing just from a ball going down the other side.
Yeah, finding some space up top and making the most of it so far.
Playing direct.
Two very different styles we're looking at the moment.
Alamanza now turning on the Jets into the area. Played back to Dobler. Posner will give chase, kick it upfield. Under 5 to go, opening half, no score. Titans have been lurking though.
Yeah, I think giving some credit to Monroe's defense, for all the possession and crosses that the Titans have had so far. They've really cut out any clear-cut chances for the Titans, and being on the ball with stopping anything real dangerous from happening.
Does it look to you they're giving the Titans the edge a little bit and then just really stacking it once you're inside the area?
Yeah, I think they're just looking to, be a bit patient, and then once they need to get that, that block or that header or that, save, they're really protecting their goal at that point. And then they're looking to spring out of that shape and counter-attack. I think they can see those open spaces with Posner and Strands pushing very high, that there's space to get into on the counter-attack. So they can be patient and
show that discipline to stick to the plan.
Invite Eastern Florida onto them, then there'll be space in behind for them to get into.
Alida Gomez makes her appearance, freshman out of Paraiba, Brazil, for Monroe. They're running numbers here. Humidity is a little bit different than it is in New Rochelle, New York this time of year. And that will be scuffed out of play, and it will be the throw-in for the Mustangs.
Monroe looking to make things happen when it goes forward. They're looking for that counter attack, like we said. And they didn't connect on that first pass, but they didn't give up. They pressed it, 3 of them charging and pressing every ball, and forced Lauren Pastor into an uncharacteristic mistake to play it out.
Took it, yeah, it's a corner. Took a deflection on its way out. 2.5 to go, opening half. Here's Nielsen. High in a dangerous spot, and now contact after the catch from Pastor.
Great
Ball
take
never left her
Pastor.
hands up.
Yeah, great take. 5'6", but she looks 6'4" there. Climbing up, stuck to her hands with glue.
Now, when you're fearless, it gives you a couple of inches. Now, one wasted on the turnover, and more of a concern now is for Leah Montero. Clash of boots.
Starting to get into that last part of the game now. So Eastern Florida will want to tighten up any mistakes like that, but they keep it safe now. Get into half time. Keep the ball in the opposition half for the last minute of the half, then you're in good shape.
Yeah, here's where you do not want to concede right before a half.
Yeah, I mean the key moments we talk about the start of the game, the end of each half, and then right after a goal scored. And it's when you're at your most vulnerable. So keeping it tight and switched on until that whistle blows now is important for both teams.
Alamanza with about a half a minute. One won't get all the way through. From Morales. Now Strands. Short time here, 15 seconds. Bit of a miscommunication. As Gammon zigged when she should have zagged.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
That is
2,
gonna be
1.
the last kick of the first half. Some chances either side, but in the end, a scoreless 45 between Monroe College and Eastern Florida State. Second half will come your way in a few. You are watching Titans Soccer on WEFS.
Talk about the freshman class. It's a very talented class coming in, and you guys are kind of making your way.
Definitely. I mean, all the freshmen here, although it's new to everybody, everyone has the same mindset. You know, we have big shoes to fill from last season where all of the team was working and they've set high standards. So we know what we need to do, and now we're just finding new ways to execute. And I mean, all these freshmen here, they're working hard. There's people, like Libby's out now, but Libby, she can put the ball down. Like, she can shut it down. She can make the crowd go silent. And I mean, to Alana's setting, you know, she's getting some great touches, move on the ball. Sarah, she's diving everywhere, so flexible. Like, she'll be halfway across the court and be like, wow, like Sarah's there. Mariana coming in from Brazil, changing positions. I mean, she's executing perfectly. She's being able to play different positions all over. And then Bobby, of course, Bobby knows how to put the ball down. So it's just really good knowing that all these new people are coming in, but everyone has the same mindset.
Talk about your game. I mean, are you surprised at how well and how fast you've kind of gotten into the system?
Well, I can't say that it went fast. If you would have saw me during preseason, it definitely wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't something that was just a light run in the park. But it all came from my teammates, my support system with the coaches, all the way down to the trainers. Like, whenever I needed something, even if it was just a, hey, like, good job, Nay, or, you know, you got this, Nay. Like, it was always there when I needed it, and it always helped me become better and be the player that I'm supposed to be. College volleyball is a lifestyle, it's a job. High school, you're gonna have days off, you're gonna have practices after school, you know, you're gonna have free time. College, this is what you breathe. This is, you wake up, you go to practice, you go to sleep, you're preparing for the next practice. You know, you're eating lunch, you're thinking about volleyball. And it's just a full-time commitment, and there's really, and it's not like one of those things where like you don't like get to live outside of it. It's one of those things where you just live in it, like you live a part of it.
Talk about this sophomore class, because it's a good class, it's a big class, it's also a very talented class.
It definitely is. We are really close to each other. We went to a lot of stuff last year. We went like to an amazing season together. We're really close to each other. We are family. We're definitely family. We live with each other every single day. We support each other. It's an amazing class with amazing girls right here, just like ready to be together and starting all together as freshmen and having the possibility and the opportunity to keep going together as sophomores is really, it's a really nice, I don't know, like, it's just a really nice feeling, and we're so happy to be together.
Talk about your game. You're fearless on the court. Where does that kind of come from?
I guess it's just the passion of being on the court and enjoying the moments on there. We never know how long it's gonna be, because everything can come up, so I'm just trying to put the best I can and give the best I can on the court, enjoy the moment, help the team, enjoy it myself and enjoy it with them, with the coach and with just everyone who's willing to come and watch the games. Just give them a nice show and enjoy the show myself.
Halftime in Melbourne, no score between Monroe College and Eastern Florida State College. A 0-0 match right now, Ryan Moon. And if we look at stats, it's pretty even, Steven. In fact, Eastern Florida's outshot here 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can see the two different styles of play right now, whether it's on purpose or not. But seems like Eastern Florida are playing a very expansive, open shape, looking to possess the ball and work it into areas higher up. And Monroe, just happy to be a little bit more patient, sit a little bit more defensive, and look to break on the counter. And you know, they've been quite successful in that at the moment. I mean, you would think from the possession and where the ball's been for most of the game that Eastern Florida would be on top, but actually the Mustangs have probably had the more clearer openings and more clearer chances so far.
Playing a lot more of a direct style, as you mentioned. Fouls even at 4, 1 offside call on Eastern Florida, 2 corner kicks to 1 in favor of Eastern Florida, but a game that's been, a lot of it's been contested in between the boxes. Yeah,
for sure. And like I said, I think a lot of it is Eastern Florida possessing, and you know, that will start to wear Monroe down as well. They've defended really, really well so far this half, and you know, hats off to them. And I think Eastern Florida have had the one shot on, you know, I think it's you know, so they've defended really well, but as time goes on and they're without the ball a lot and Eastern Florida have the ball, it's hard work defending like that.
What is Scott Carswell saying to the team right now here at the half?
I think he's going to want to tighten things up a little bit, possession-wise, make sure that they're not so open on the counter-attack. But also going forward, I think he'll want to see more balls in the box and putting them into areas of danger, to ask more questions of his team and ask more questions of Monroe's goalkeeper. And you know, it's been pretty. The final ball hasn't quite been there so far for Eastern Florida.
And if you're Dr. Moats, it's preaching we're going to smash and grab this and get out of here late, right?
Yeah, I think she'll probably be quite happy with how they've gone so far. So yeah.
No score at the half. We come back, we'll have some highlights and get you set for half number 2 in our first broadcast of the 2023-24 season here on WEFS.
Talk about this team. What have you seen so far that you like?
I'm super excited about this team. I think we have a lot of potential, and we have a lot of hard workers, which is obviously super important for soccer and any sport, but I can definitely see it with these girls that I think they want it badly this year, so I'm excited. We went into last year, I think, super confident, but we had that big target on our back because the year before we natty champs, but unfortunately last year we couldn't take the dub. But this year I think we almost needed to lose last year, so this year we can really figure out how to take that and learn from it so we can win this year. Them winning the year before I came really showed me that, like, oh, this is like a great team I'd love to be a part of, and I just thought it would be a great opportunity to play with some ballers, and it's been awesome, so super glad.
I grew up here, and I had always heard really great things about this program from all of my coaches that I've had growing up throughout the years. And again, they won their national championships the year before I came, so I really wanted to stay here, and it just was kind of a perfect fit. I feel like as soon as the season ended last year, just personally with me, I felt like, gotten so used to training at such a hard level every single day, so I definitely wanted to keep that up and everything coming back into the season. And I know, especially everyone too that came back and returned, they felt the same exact way. So I think just with all of that, it's really set us off at a good level already. I just expect everybody to work as hard as they possibly can, just to keep our name good and everything, keep us up there. I think I just want everyone to have a positive mindset with everything, take everything as it comes. My first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I played at a local school where I live called Bayside, and I transferred to Melbourne High School for my junior and sophomore year. But my first year playing at Bayside, I don't think Bayside had scored on Melbourne in 8 years or something, and it was one of our first games, and I ended up scoring on Melbourne, and then it was just so funny because I transferred there 2 years later.
So I wanted to stay in Florida. That was my main thing, and I wasn't ready to hang my boots up after high school, so luckily Scott and Jordan reached out to me, and I got to continue my academic and athletic career at Eastern Florida. I think we have big shoes to fill from last year, we've had so many great players come through this program, and I think I looked up to all the sophomores last year, so I'm hoping I can set the same example for our younger ones. I'm excited to see what we can do coming from last year, just how we made it to nationals again, Final Four, and then obviously didn't get the results we wanted, but I think that just makes us more hungry for this year. And the motivation, I go out to practice every day. I think everyone does, just wanting to have the best season we can. So in high school, we were 3 times district championships. There was specifically one game where I went out in like the first 5 minutes, I got my lip busted open, ended up having to get stitches the next day, but I went in for like the last 15 minutes after all the bleeding stopped, and I scored the winning goal against Merritt Island.
Back at Orlando Health Stadium as we get set for half number 2 between Monroe College and Eastern Florida. And Titans just the one shot in that first half, but let's take a look at some of the half chances and some of the goings-on in that first half, Ryan.
Yeah, so a couple of good crosses for Eastern Florida in that first half. Just putting the ball in the right areas.
Yeah, the first one prior to the rain delay and then afterwards.
Great tackle on this one. Just getting in the right position, forcing the mistake. And then Almanza with a great bit of skill here. Just couldn't quite find that final pass.
Really good, resolute defending on both sides. And that has yielded a scoreless 0-0 scoreline right now. Well, you see that man there. Scott Carswell now in his 4th season. You know he's got a master plan. We'll see what adjustments happen here with the Titans attacking left to right here in this second half.
I think we'll start to see some of that delay legs kicking in, you know, energy levels from the pre-match meal, and you know, we'll see how much fuel and energy each team has in the tank.
Eastern Florida's lone loss this season to number 2 Tyler on the road. And if you talk to Scott Carswell, they're always going to play a difficult schedule to prepare them for the NJCAA run. They've made the tournament 11 years straight. And a couple of times they've actually faced the Mustangs in that tournament. In fact, if you go back to 2015, they lost in double overtime on this field to Eastern Florida. Monroe also made the final in 2019, lost to Tyler 4-1. If you got to go way back, 2002, and Monroe College lost to Rhode Island in the final. Eastern Florida's knocked on the door a couple times, but of course won it 2 years ago against Tyler in that 1-0 affair right up the road in Daytona Beach. So this is good for both teams going forward.
Yeah,
having this little measuring stick game.
Just going off what you said, 2 top teams for sure. I mean, it's going to be a good test and see where they stand. And I think good measuring stick for when they get to hopefully get to nationals.
Game on once more here in Melbourne. Titans in white, going left to right. Here's Damasio. What kind of energy they come out with, and that advancement will be stopped. Referee saw something.
I think offside there on the far side.
Gotcha.
Just coming back from an offside position.
Joe Fowler. Big leg. Comes all the way through. Nobody at the other end. Titans will build from the back here. Center back split wide. Heels on the touchline for Posner here. Going up the line, off the chest of Aoki. Trying to spring Roper. Damasio takes a tumble, draws the foul though.
Yeah, again, Damasio, it was a really good pairing in there with Damasio and Alvarez Garcia. Balance each other so well.
So much quality here. Split the defenders and then paid the price. Scored 3 of her last 4 games. Now pulling strings here is the number 10 tonight.
You got Alvarez Garcia, who's all over the place defensively, which is allowing Damasio to kind of roam free, get on the ball and make things happen from an attacking standpoint. And they're just balancing each other so well. And you'll see every attack Monroe have, Alvarez Garcia is somewhere around looking to break it up.
On the left side, Strands. Body on body, stays with Eastern Florida here. Just underway, second half. It's all the way back to halfway. Pressure being put on. Only choice is the negative ball back to Pastor. Uh-oh. And now on the open goal, and just hits the woodwork. Oh, well, would want to have that one back. Pastor came out of the box and then just gave it a go and missed it by a coat of paint.
Great pressure again from Monroe. Anytime they get the ball in that attacking half, you can see the pressure.
Neves.
Just drops us to Neves.
Oh, that took forever to get there too if you're Neves. Slow motion.
You could see what Pastor was trying, but under the pressure she was under, Monroe just trying to make things happen whenever it goes forward. And Neves, great connection. Just skipped up, a little bit of spin onto the post.
Working in behind here. Chance for Eastern Florida. Flag is up. It will not count. Damasio thought she had her 5th goal of the season, not to be, and not happy about it.
That looked close.
No VAR in our broadcasts here, so we can show you the replay. There we go. What do we think? I don't know if we'll see where she was when that happened, though.
Yeah, hard to see when the ball was kicked. It looked in real time that she'd timed her run to perfection, but
took it well.
Might have just been a hair offside. But yeah, like you say, great finish. Composure to get it under control and slot it past the keeper.
Game opening up here and early going. 5 minutes into the second half. National rankings on the line here. On the edge, ticket will stay as a throw-in. Featherstone being a pest.
Okay, I had it, and she let her go.
Russell Miller. You like referees who explain everything, or the ones that just stay quiet?
I like referees that explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
With authority too.
It helps a lot to understand what they saw. Even if you don't always agree with it, it at least helps to know what they were looking at.
Kiwi Dulab checks back in for the Mustangs. Good attacking piece. And kicks it on the skip for Pastor.
Always going to be tough from there against a keeper like Pastor, but worth the test, especially with the amount of shots so far in the game. Good to get one on frame and test the keeper.
Headed forward, the race is on. Alamanza has Lewis on the other side, top of the box. Defense is there.
So a little bit more of that speed there. Just a great leap initially to get up and win the first header, and then speed to get on that last ball. Unbelievable.
Gammon and Damasio were coming straight up. She was able to get clear. Lewis fouled? No, she commits it.
Just a little late after the header there, I think. Could have been a message from Scott Carswell there with the early cross to maybe get the ball in the box a little quicker this half.
Dobler organizes everybody in front. Get it to halfway. The chase to the near side, all in frustration for Nevis. Leads the team with 8 assists, so she loves to get on that ball and create. Not that time. Move it back a little. Off of Eastern Florida, throw to the Mustangs. Whereas Garcia need up some space. There's Lewis. Now Gammon. Try to switch it. Alamanza. One-on-one. Leaves it back for Roper Morales. On frame, no. Off to the right, but gave it a go.
Great ball to just open that first one up. Damasio again. Saw as the ball came to her, check her shoulder, knew where the pressure was coming from and knew where the space and player was. Lovely little clip ball over, and then great strike by Samira Roper, just to test it. Just testing again, you know, getting shots off. Eastern Florida, we're going to want to put a little bit more pressure on Dobler.
Nevis chasing one with Posner.
Good, we're here.
It will stay with Monroe. Up comes Aoki to take. Let's take a look at the battle here.
Great use of the body by Neves. Just managed to get a little bit of contact there early, just to keep her body in between and win her team a throw-in.
You can play bigger than your 5'3" frame if you know how to set that up. This is Nielsen.
We'll get to test this time with an in-swinging corner. We saw a couple of outswingers in the first half. And
did have a goal on a free kick against Monroe Community College. The only loss of the season thus far for the Mustangs. Titans will face Monroe Community College on the road on the 8th of October. So both Monroes from New York are on the Titans schedule this year. Both of them are national powers. One outside of New York City in the Mustangs, and one in Rochester, the Tribunes. A change here for Coach Carswell, so we'll get Anderson back on for a bit. Paula Campos to take up space in the middle of the park for the Mustangs. Leads to a build up here. Down at the edge of the area, play on. End to end. Anderson got a touch to it. Titans ball.
a little bit of a switch in the possession-based game the last few minutes. Monroe having a little bit more action down this end, and Eastern Florida with a little bit of counter-attacking prowess now.
Amen to that, sister. Whoops. Back it up a bit. Boisterous young fan. Off up arm. Big left boot of Pastor. On the other end, and it rolls to her counterpart Dobler on the other side, with Alamanza steaming towards it. Foul against the Titans.
I think this game's just looking for a moment now.
Right.
Big moment to just spark some energy into it. Whether it's a tackle, a save, a chance on goal.
To the 18, some work to do for Titans defensively. Nevis. Difficult handful here. Able to split the defender, draw the foul, free kick Monroe.
Neves doing a great job there just to get out of trouble. 2v1, calm, composed on the ball, found the space, went for it, drew the foul, drew the contact, got herself got her team a nice free kick now in a dangerous area.
A dangerous moment here. Putting it in play to the far post. Pastor hit the ground for a second, but it harmlessly goes aloft and in behind.
She'll be happy to see that one drift out for a goal kick.
Drift. Get a turn. Crossing halfway. Titans will continue the attack here from the touchline. Posner, the head from Lewis. Cut to her left, dispossessed, but does the dirty work to get it back. Try to switch it. Damasio will take it right up Broadway, trying to play through to Alamanza. Just didn't get the final ball produced. Half an hour to go here, no score.
Alamanza playing on the shoulder now, playing in the central role. It's going to be a test for the Monroe centre-backs. She's constantly looking to threaten that space behind, and with her pace, it just takes one moment for her to break through.
Switching near side, Lewis on one. Challenge from Aoki. Didn't get to its intended target. In the form of Anderson. Loose ball at the halfway. Avoiding one hook is Posner. Now on the diagonal. This has got a pretty build up. Lewis crafts in the cross and overcooks it. Puts it over the top.
Great play by Posner. Very calm and composed there. Beat the two players, put a nice ball out wide. Just again, a little bit more quality on that final ball for the Titans.
Well, an investment in Eastern Florida State College is an investment in higher education, the foundation for the nation's political and economic success. Communities that support higher education flourish, and every dollar that you invest in Eastern Florida State College is a dollar invested in our community. Contact the Eastern Florida State College Foundation and the Alumni Association at the number on your screen, 321-433-7055, to learn how you can support Eastern Florida State College. looking for the breakthrough here. Maybe it leads to a bunch. Lewis not going to get the opportunity there. Good clean up from Roxy Fowler. The longer this goes, you would have to say advantage Monroe against the higher ranked Titans, who may start pressing a little bit more than they typically would.
Yeah, I think it's going to start to creep towards moments, and you know, players are going to start thinking, is it going to be me that steps up? And you know, I think that's where we'll start to see who the team is that's got the best winning culture, winning habit. Just takes that one moment to sneak ahead, and it could just be a goal tonight that makes the difference.
As it did against Polk State on Tuesday. Reinforcements entering the match.
Be interesting to see last 30 minutes if either team changes anything, trying to spark something new out there, spark some energy. A few changes in personnel maybe.
Given away. Damasio was wise to it. Had the right angle. Checking the surroundings. There's Alvarez Garcia working the sides here. We'll stay with the Titans. 26 minutes and change to go here. Morales. Kamara Simmons in the game now. Who wants to bring the spark in? Freshman attacking piece. Anderson will do it again.
Looks like Neves might have just switched into that central role for a bit for the Mustangs. Again, just trying to maybe spark something different, a bit different style up there.
Just another thing to think about. Paula Campos eats up a lot of space. It seems like she's got a magnet under the jersey. The ball finds her a lot on the 50-50s. Positive build up here, Anderson. Anderson Simmons, actually.
Eastern Florida got a lot of pace up front, and Monroe are doing a great job with just keeping up right now. Got the half yard on them a couple of times now, but been there to get back, make the tackle, snuff out any danger.
Clock stopped 24:30 for an injury.
Looks like maybe a bit of cramp.
And that's where you're playing a little longer as far as into the night than you expected.
Yeah, that energy and fuel that you put in your body leading up to the game, you know, your pre-match meal, you feed yourself just the right amount of food to start at the right, you know, at kickoff, and to last for the whole game. And you know, when that's delayed an hour and 15 minutes, this is around the time where it starts to fade. You start to maybe get a bit hungry, start to lose a bit of energy, muscles start to cramp.
Now, when you're coaching, you're worried about and organizing team nutrition around matches. Is it a different approach when you're on the road in a different climate? Did you eat different things or different times to deal with humidity or lack thereof?
Yeah, and I think it becomes more when you're on the road, especially in an instance like Monroe, instead of just the one meal before you play, it becomes the night before when you're at the hotel, it becomes the morning breakfast, it becomes lunch, and then you have an awkward time in the evening when you're playing at around dinner time. Do you have a meal beforehand or do you eat after? And so it's all about keeping energy levels high.
Right.
I'm sure they'll have snacks and things in the locker room to keep them going. And
saw Dr. Motes there pouring in some of that liquid IV powder into the cup.
anything
the
for energy right
in,
now.
Man, yeah. To restart this.
I'm sure the Eastern Florida players are maybe a little bit more equipped to dealing with the rain and lightning delays through having so many local players here. Used to doing it with their clubs and high schools, I imagine.
Yeah, not just the high schools, but yeah, Space Coast United and all the clubs around. Yeah. Oh, good win. There's a lot of stop and start, a lot of red light, green light here. Really can't connect a lot of passes.
Yeah, it's hard for teams to get rhythm when it's like that. Could end up being a game that's settled by a set piece.
That one served over the top and it skips to Dobler. Oh boy, a pass to Nevis. Some help defensively, able to back heel it away. Silva. So the two Brazilians causing problems, and now the Titans will look to counter. Will be slowed up just like that. Alamanza pushed off the ball. Unable to clear. By Posner, trying to unlock this. Help comes with Damasio. Flips it ahead. She was in offside position there or not, but in the end, it comes back to the Mustangs.
Nice calm play by Posner again. Getting out of trouble, getting forward, cleaning her passing. Had a really strong game tonight.
Through Damasio, taken down just outside the 18. Free kick in a dangerous spot here upcoming for the Titans.
What a great area to have a free kick. Titans will be excited about this one. Great bit of trickery from Damasio there. Beating 1-2 players, driving into the box, starts to put panic in the defense and water down in a fantastic area here.
Have so many different options, in-swinger, out-swinger. I'm sure these are things being discussed now. Do you go for it? You have runners on that back side.
I think they got to go for it. With the way the game's going and the limited chances, this is a free strike at goal. Dobler really hasn't been tested yet fully. This will be a great chance to put it on frame.
Going to be Montero or Damasio. Right-footed. It will be Montero. Hooks it, just missing the upper right corner. Didn't miss by much.
No,
she was going for goal.
Yeah, Dobler was stretching, scrambling across to get there. Not sure if that was on target. She would have got there. Just started to come around, but not enough.
That was a little further back, maybe. Now the other way. That's always the dangerous situation you get in when you have a set piece or a chance one side, and then all of a sudden it's down at the other end, and you're racing back.
Yeah, things can change very quickly, especially with Monroe and their press. I mean, as soon as they went forward there again, 2, 3 numbers charging, pressing, trying to force the mistake.
Titans throw coming up on the 20-minute mark. Neither of these teams have drawn yet this year.
Another opportunity here. Montero played a couple of good balls in the first half. Got another chance here to put it right onto the defense, right onto the keeper. See if the Titans can make something of it.
Montero, a bit flat. Falls outside the area. Damasio, a technical ability. Roper trying to run onto it, and it will come out to Nevis. Now it's the running of the Bulls. Comes all the way back. A full head of steam from Emily Oliver. Trying to get on the other end. Featherstone. Oliver. Just a bit heavy on the touch there. Oh, lovely ball from Roper Morales. Anderson. Beg your pardon, Simmons. I'm going to keep it going on the throw in. Here comes another change for the Titans here. Actually, both. And player down for Eastern Florida. You don't want to see this. It's Damasio trying to walk it off. Shake off the trainer. Players are looking down at the turf.
Scott Carswell will be happy to see her walking off.
Yeah, that's the hold your breath moment, you know, and a player like her has created so much tonight.
Yeah, just seems like if anything's going to come for the Titans, it will come through her, so I'm sure I'll be glad to see her still going.
Posner shakes off one defender. Try to craft in a cross. To the back stick it goes. Had danger written on it. Posner again. Nice hook. Again, right at the keeper that time. Dobler sticks to her gloves.
Posner coming alive the second half. A couple of mazy dribbles she's done already. Good crosses there.
Shows why she was an all-NJCAA Region 8 performer a year ago. Everybody's standing and he's bench now. So look at Sophia.
Again here, just so quick to get it under control and run at the players. Putting the ball into such dangerous areas.
Tell you what, Simmons was there. Dobler didn't come out as quickly as she should have.
Read it very well.
Mustangs will play at Daytona State on Sunday. Call it the Florida double. Inside, flag is up. Alamanza denied anyway.
Great ball by Damasio again. Saw the run, the fast run of Almanza to get in behind there.
Just to get that timed a little better.
With her speed, she can just hold her run. A couple more seconds, she'll still get there.
this out. Titans have 2 1-0 victories on their docket so far this year. One against LSU Eunice. The game was played in Panama City. The other one was at Polk State earlier this week. Right now, 0-0. Simmons.
Nice combination again by the Titans to get in behind, but Mackey, a couple of strong defensive 1v1 tackles down in that corner. Finding it hard to get past her right now.
Continue on that backside for Mackey. Under a quarter hour left in this one. No score to speak of. Ignacio. And I'll come back to the Mustangs on the throw-in. Entering the match is Delab. Ball. And Montero will, from a long way out, try to make something out of this. Certainly has the leg. There's that second ball that can get you. And just lofted and bounced right in front of Dobler. And this will run a little too far and too fast for Catherine Neves.
Great defensive header there. I think it was Fowler coming out strong from that cross. Rose above everyone. They've really defended crosses well tonight between the back four and Dobler in goal.
It really is a mentality when you're back there as a center back defending things like that, right? It is, you have to, I'm owning that ball. That's mine.
Yep, read the flight of it and then decide that's mine. Give a big shout on it and then come through. Clear it long, high and wide.
Alamanza, help defense comes. Stay strong on the ball. Another challenge she wards off. That's where the weight room work comes in. Line it goes, corner kick, Eastern Florida. Gets the crowd up a bit. Lewis will take here. Tight spread out here. It's the stuff you work out on the training ground. Comes away, and first contact was the Mustangs. See if they get a second bite of the apple, if they can move it quick. Posner will let it fly. Skims it over the top of the bar. Good chance, though.
Great effort. She would have deserved it if she got it. Read the play real well, stepped in, drove forward with it.
Yeah.
Just got underneath it a little bit. As a right back, when you're getting those chances and free shot at the edge of the box, your eyes can light up and get a little bit ahead of yourself, but
Right.
especially when it could be a game-winning goal.
Posner does have 2 goals already this season to go with an assist.
And you can see why as well, with their attacking play and desire to get forward and make things happen.
Maimon ground and now back up. Bit of a smile. And we'll walk it off. Coming up on the 10-minute mark here. The result of this match will affect next week's rankings, no doubt about that. For both teams. Will it stay for Alamanza? Will not.
It was unlucky by Lewis there. See what she was trying. When you've got a player like Almanza and her pace, and there's space in behind to not hang about and get it into that area for her. Just didn't quite get the angle right on it.
One change per side. Anna Dormeyer coming on for the Mustangs.
Good, body, good. Yeah.
Anderson coming right off the bench with a full head of steam, trying to put some pressure on. Look at the closing speed there from Anderson. Comes away with it. Zara. Centers. Oh, just a little too far for Mia.
That's the spark that the Titans were looking for. The pace from Zara Anderson. She was always doing that in high school.
Yeah.
Constant threat with that pace on the wing. Just pressing hard there, forcing the mistake, trying to make something happen.
Right. Merritt Island always seems to have a player like that.
It helps as well. I mean, stage of the game right now.
Yep.
A player that's ready to go and give that energy to go press and make things happen.
Posner coming back. Good defense. Playing with Maimon.
She'll be tired tonight, Posner. She's been up and down all game.
Have a bit of a rest. Don't have to play again until Friday. Bit of a misplay. And it will be Mustangs ball. Point of the match now, if you concede a goal, is going to really put you up against it.
Yeah, we're looking at the next goal could be the winner.
Every distribution now so critical, every pass on tired legs.
Tired minds as well, you know.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's been a long night for them.
Oh, have to win that and get it right. And she does. Montero. Will something come of it on the other side? Alamanza holding it up, trying to get a turn. Has runners to her left, and she keeps it going. Lewis to her left. To the center of the box, right at the penalty spot. Anderson trying to shrug off a defender. Under 7 to play. Alamanza back to the spot. Roper can't get full purchase on the ball.
Nice bit of play though from the Titans there. Just that final pass. Getting closer.
Alvarez Garcia calling for it. Has some space to operate here, right? She crosses halfway. Oh, nearly lost it. Touch got away. Able to keep it going. Lewis stays on. Crosses away. Trying to find Anderson. A bit of a misplay. I believe the Titans are hoping for a handball, but or at least the fans in front of us were.
Yeah, ref seemed to say it came off her mid-drift there.
He has a better look at it than the rest of us.
That.
Right.
Things starting to open up a little bit for the Titans now.
Chrissy Burke
get to
coming
the last
on.
5 minutes.
Chrissy Burke coming in fresh. Yeah. I like to say in England, right? Squeaky bum time.
Exactly.
One of the greatest sayings in football. Oh, big swing. That one may work. No, just skims it on the right side. Looked like just a, well, let's just get it forward and see what happens.
I'd have loved to see where that first strike was going. First one looked like it was going in before it was blocked, and then this one, after it left her foot, it just looked like it was going in the back of the net.
Yeah, because keeper had come out. Just trying to place it. Posner on the diagonal. How about that ball? Alamanza. Flag stays down and could not get a shot off. At least not one of enough quality or to be able to pull it back.
You should be a little bit disappointed with that one. I think she would have wanted to get that one across goal, keep it in play, make the keeper make a save.
Yeah, tough angle.
A lot of numbers in the box.
How about this pass here?
Posner again. Again, great little find.
Yes.
Just cutting that one back across goal. Give someone a chance in the box there.
Defenders
again,
were back.
Knocking on the door though, Eastern Florida right now.
This is where you do not want to give up one against the run of play. 50-50 goes to the Titans here. Alamanza continuing the run. Another service into the center off of the back of Lewis. If you're the Mustangs, you'll take a 0-0 draw here.
Yeah, especially coming all that way down, playing two top teams this weekend.
Boy. Lewis, teammate down behind her. To the area, Lewis trying to get a second bite, and it will roll, and it will stay with Eastern Florida. It was Alvarez Garcia that hit the deck for a second. She's up off the mat. Time winding short, 3 minutes on a ticking clock here in the second half.
Alvarez Garcia has been really important for the Titans tonight. Defensively solid, breaking up play in the center midfield there.
Posner, Earps are in the corner. May not get many more cracks after this one. Can make this one count.
This is it. Scott Carswell will hope his players really have a desire to get on the end of this now. They'll want to win the first ball, but also win the second one when it drops. This is who wants it the most. Can you get on the end of it and get a goal?
Lewis will let it go with the right foot. Curls just outside of the 6. Have to do work to hold it back in. Alvarez Garcia spin it all the way the other side, and that will eat up some more clock as we approach 2 minutes to play. Titans have not been shut out yet this season.
I think it's safe to say both defenses tonight and goalkeepers have done a good job keeping it tight. Not a lot of chances being given for either side.
90 seconds from a 0-0 draw. Just want to make sure if you're the team that gets the last chance here, right? So
yeah,
concede anything the other way at the last second. Like that. Safety valve is there though. Oh my gosh. Full head of steam there. And we'll escort this back to Dobler. One minute.
Chance left in it, maybe.
Near side, Posner against Campos. Goes to the Titans. Short time. Alamanza tries to flick it behind her and cannot keep it. 40 seconds. And Monroe, you just sit on it here. Stop the clock here.
Stop, leave it.
There's 20 seconds left. Stop. Stop. Stop.
Just play.
You got to be smart here. You do want to try to, if you have time for something, don't waste it. Final 20 seconds. Effort has been there from both teams tonight. Short time, down to 10. Just got to get it into the box. Any way you can. Posner trying to do that, takes a deflection down to 4. They're going to pull it back for a foul here, so you'll have one crack at it, or not. So 0-0, it will go to OT. We'll be back. More soccer bonus for you here on WEFS.
I'm part of SCAT, which is the Space Coast Consortium Apprenticeship Program. What it is, it's an apprenticeship program to get people in the aerospace field and get experience and schooling all at the same time. So I just graduated high school this past May, and I found out about it 2 days after graduation, and my original plan was to go to Eastern Florida and just get a basic AA degree and figure out what I wanted to do from there. I always liked the idea of going into aerospace, but never was sure about engineering itself. So this was a great way to get my career started, even if I choose to go back for engineering or even if I choose to change career paths. This is a 2-year degree that is fully paid for by my company, and it is 4 years of experience in the aerospace industry where I really get to get the experience and the schooling, and if I choose to continue down this path I can, or if I choose to further my education, go somewhere else, I can also do that.
Well, if it was a professional match, they'd split the points, but it is a 0-0 draw between Monroe College, the number 11 team in the nation, and Eastern Florida, the number 5 team in the nation. Resolute defending, Ryan, all throughout, but it ends scoreless, and each team will take something from it, of course.
Yeah, I think both teams will be disappointed they didn't get the win, but overall, I think they both know they're 2 top-ranked teams, so 2 clean sheets. They'll be happy with that. Good defending. And yeah, they'll take a draw there.
Titans will improve to 5-1-1. Monroe to 6-1-1 now. Titans will play again on the road. They'll go to Monroe Community College in Rochester, take on Genesee, and then Monroe College next week. And Monroe College here tonight, they are on the road at South Carolina Lancaster, or Daytona State on Sunday, then continuing the road in New Jersey. So nil-nil, a no-no for each team really here tonight. So glad that you could join us for it. For Ryan Moon, Brian Foster, our producer, Roger Hayward, our director, and our entire crew for WEFS-TV, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for watching us tonight. 0-0, the result between the Titans and the Mustangs. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
We now join our programming in progress.